Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah Kodash. Second of all, I want to give double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And third of all, I want to give a peace and safety to the brothers out there that push this truth, the truth of the King James Bible, and all truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the globe. Alright, so I just want to do a short lesson of how alone the spirit of Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai allows it to go. And I'm not really sure what I want to title the video yet. Lord will, the Lord will give me a title for the video. But Lord will, as brothers can see on the screen, I have this article here from the Zero Hedge, and it says, just imagine headlines like banks brought to their knees by rate hikes. Feds, Salakia face unrepentant Fed, which hiked again. All right, and I'm pretty sure all the brothers out there are aware that the Fed is supposed to raise interest rates again, do another basis points again. All right, tomorrow, which last year they raised it 7 times, which I believe is the most time that they ever did in 1 year in history, or ever. All right, ever in history, I believe that's the most they've ever done it. And 7 is completion, which I'm pretty sure all the brothers out there know 7 is completion. And tomorrow will be the 8th time, so the 8th time might not work. That 7th time could have been the last time, it actually worked. And they tried this 8th time, and everything just collapses. Lord will, it does. But besides that, also tomorrow is 322, which is a high ritual day for Esau. Skull and bones, the day that they're raising rates. All right, and on top of all of that, this whole thing going on with the banks. All right, which again, what this article says, just imagine headlines like banks brought to their knees by rate hikes, and the mainstream media could put it out there like that, blame it on the feds or whatever, raising rates and all of that. All right, and blaming it on them, the reason why everything just collapsed. All right, which there's a lot. When you watch different financial guys like Bill Holter, Gerald Salente, Gregory Monterino, Peter Schiff. Guys like that, and they'll break it down with, the bonds and all of that, why things are going on under. But the main reason why everything is pretty much tanking is because the mass printing of the money at the end of the day. That's really what it's all about. But, financial guys, they'll go in about the bond yields and all that, and, do all the heavy explaining, all right, the deeper meanings behind it. But at the end of the day, it's really all because of the mass money printing that devalue the dollar. All right, that's why the whole system is collapsing. But yeah, again, they raised rates 7 times, which 7 is completion. All right, and the 8th time, again, they try it tomorrow. It might not work. Everything could just tank. And on top of that, 322, Skull and Bones Day. All right, and on top of all of that, the banks are in collapse, are collapsing. All right, and the brother in the camp put in the chat this morning an article that another brother put up that says 186 banks are at risk. All right, pretty much facing the same thing that the Silicon Valley Bank faced. All right, looking at the same outcome that happened to them. All right, so there's a lot of things, man. There's a lot of things that make this day that they raise rates. Something to keep an eye on. Again, they raised them 7 times. Last year, they raised them 7 times. All right, when you look it up, last year alone, they raised them 7 times. Tomorrow will be the 8th time. 7 is completion. All right, the 8th time, it might not work. All right, 322, Skull and Bones Day. All right, you got that plan into play, and the banks are in a bad way right now. All right, and the banks. All these banks collapse, people, go out there and do bank runs, all right, and all hell could break loose. All right, so I'm gonna read this one part of the article, because again, it goes in about bond yields and all of that stuff, which is again, to get a further breakdown on that, it'll be good to go watch all those different financial guys. They'll explain it better than I can. All right, but I'm gonna read this one part right here. It says, while the wonky finance side of me can grasp the concept that balance sheets expansion, which is happening at a rapid pace, the rate hikes can go hand in hand. I find it difficult to believe that will play out well in the mainstream media, which should be a concern for all involved. Just imagine the headlines like banks brought to their knees by rate hikes, face a unrepentant Fed who has hiked again. All right, and the word unrepentant, let me pull that up real quick. Basically, it means to do wrong and not be sorrowful for it. To sum it up. But I got it right here. Unrepentant. Right, unrepentant, and again, it means showing no regard for one's wrongdoing. So basically, they don't give a fuck. They're just trying to collapse the system, and we all know that this system must collapse to bring in the next system. All right, which will be the Karagma system, the microchip technology embedded inside your skin to buy and sell things. All right, but reading on, it says mainstream media and social media love simple themes, which that would be simple. Oh, the Feds raised rates 7 times last year, and the 8th time, and that's why everything collapsed. And blame the Fed. But the scriptures say they should not regard the kings and princes, people out there, basically somebody has to be blamed for this. All right, somebody has to be blamed. Those guys like Jerome Powell, they're going to take the blame for it. Biden and all that, they're more than likely they're going to take the blame for it. All right. Mainstream media, social media love simple themes, and brothers have been posting a cartoon G.I. Joe a long time ago. The old show G.I. Joe, which what's the guy's name? The villain name. I really didn't watch G.I. Joe like that, but I think it's Cobra. I think his name was Cobra, and basically he took over the financial system and replaced it with something he called Cobra coins. All right, and the cobra is a snake, and Esau is known as another name for Esau is the serpent. So that's the spirit. But what I was about to say? Yeah, in that cartoon, brothers are sharing. He said due to the incompetence of your leaders, your whole money system is collapsed, and we got to take over. All right, so they're gonna blame somebody for this, and more than likely it's gonna be Biden, the Fed, Jerome Powell, Janet Yellen, the treasurer, all of them dudes, all of them people. All right, they're gonna blame them for it. The people that you see all the time. All right, then you're gonna have the shadow government step out of the woodworks and say we got the solution. All right, which will at the end of the day be a microchip embedded inside your body to buy and sell. All right, and again, I'm just speaking as a man. How it all goes down, but that's the way it could happen. It says simple theme, complex interactions don't generate the buzz. Right? They keep it simple. This is the reason why everything's collapsed. It's their fault. Go get them. Which really all the money printing due to all many factors, but the main thing is all the money printing. But they're not gonna blame it on that. They're not gonna say that's the reason why. All right, they'll just blame it on them. The above takes wrong for these. They're gonna blame it on Biden and the Fed and all of that. The above takes wrong for those who understand may be the message that gets out, which is another reason to pause. Right, so basically that's the main part I wanted to read. But yeah, man, again, it's a lot, a lot that comes with this time. Around this time, they're raising rates. Again, they've raised them 7 times. 7 is completion. The 8th time might not work. 322, Skull and Bones Day, and the banks are jacked up. Let me see if I can find an article with the banks. All right, Salaki brothers. This is I just did a simple Google search for 186 more banks, and this is the article that I was speaking about the brother that the brother posted. This was put up 10 hours ago, and you go on Google and type in Google. None of this is on Google. All they're posting is folly. All right, NFL trades and all just folly. But while this is going on, it says Silicon Valley Bank collapse. It's a social science research network study says that a further 186 banks could fail if even half of their uninsured depositors withdraw their funds. And people are withdrawing money like crazy out of these smaller banks and running to the bigger banks. After the collapse of the Silicon Valley Bank, a new study has found that 186 U.S. banks are at risk of meeting a similar fate. So the same thing's gonna happen to them. This one, after Silicon Valley banks, almost 190 new banks could fail. All right. So again, them raising rates could be the death blow. All right. And again, you watch some financial guys. They'll break it down about the bond yields and basically how they can't borrow because the rates hikes are so high and all of that. Because again, they can break it down better than I can. But yeah, man, this is what's in the news. But again, they're posting folly on the news. They're not warning you about these things. All right, so this is definitely something to keep an eye on. All right. And again, this just came out 10 hours ago, and there's no you go on Google, type in Google researchers. There's nothing in Google about that. All right. So yeah, man, tomorrow could be a big day. Trump's supposed to get arrested today, but who knows if that's gonna happen? They might do it later tonight, like they did when the Mar-a-Lago raid. They might run in his house at nighttime and go arrest him, and you see him on TV and cuffed tomorrow, or whatever. But who knows if that's gonna happen? Whatever. But that Fed race thing, that's gonna happen tomorrow for sure. So we just gotta wait and see, what goes down with that. Lord will something huge goes down. This is Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 9. Uh, Verse 8, Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her take blames for her pain? If so, she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, let us go everyone into his own country, for judgment is reached unto heaven and is lifted up to the skies. All right, so there's no healing in this place. There's no fixing this place. The financial system is about to collapse. It's about to tank. All right, and there's nothing nobody can do to stop it. All right. So yeah, man, Lord willing, tomorrow, everything could just go down the toilet, man. Straight up and down the toilet. All right. When they raise rates. Again, they raised them 7 times. 7 is completion. The 8th time might not work. The 8th time might be the 8th time might be the charm, as they say. All right. And again, these banks are in danger of collapsing. And most of your jobs and all of that. Oh, why does it matter why the bank's collapsing? Your jobs, most of your jobs, all right, have money in these banks, in these top banks. That Silicon Valley, you know how many major tech companies like Roku and all these other companies had money in Silicon Valley? All right, if these banks collapse, all right, and they have to remove money out of the banks to pay, everything, shit just collapse. The banks go down, everything go down pretty much. All right. But Lord will, we just gotta wait and see what happens. Lord will, something big happens tomorrow. So with that, I pray this lesson was edifying. Salaki, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Rakakwadash, double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and safety to you brothers that push this truth and sincerity. And with that, I'm gonna say shalom.